Thank you, first of all. Thank you so much for inviting me for this series. It will be a pleasure to share my own experiences and also discuss the subject of values, which happens to be quite close to heart. Having been part of the IT industry for a while, the natural question which started arising in my mind again and again was, is this all the profession is all about? Or is there more to life than just leading a life of a so-called 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 job? So I think the first impulse was to move out of the industry to figure out what life is beyond this. But there was a clarity that there is life beyond the confines of an organization, of a business, of a profession, of a career. That brought a new aspect of our life to my focus, which is the journey of the mind. So I like to say that the journey of life is nothing but the journey of our mind. Whatever we go through is at the level of the mind. And that exposure to an ashram and the spiritual path brought into light and focus this wonderful life which was almost not there when I was part of a profession. I think values stood very clearly on top in terms of how we need to look at a business. The business is not just something which makes money or which is focused on revenue. There is a larger context to the business. And both of us were fortunate enough in having worked together in the same organization and having been part of experiences which opened up, the subject of values in its in a more optimistic and also relevant manner to the business as opposed to very cynical views which we are exposed to today. So the intent was, how do we expose the subject in a manner which will make it relevant for people today, and it is not seen as something which is extraneous to the business or it is just something nice to have, but something which is core and essential. So people believe that if we are not committing fraud, then we are a value-based organization. Whereas values is far from. Values is actually what keeps the society going. Values is what ensures that the organization came into existence in the first place. And the whole journey of the organization is founded on values. And thus, the misunderstanding that values is only about preventing fraud is actually doing much more harm than good, because we are not recognizing the real power of values. What we don't see is the idea that an organization is functioning in its full glory, in its, in trying to explore its full potential, trying to be creative, innovative, productive, and all that is based on the foundation of it. It is values which is making all these things happen. So even if you take a simple thing like a meeting of a few people in the organization, suppose there were 5 people in the meeting. Did all 5 speak? Did all 5 participate in the meeting? Were all 5 free enough to express whatever they wanted to express? Did all 5 give opportunities enough for other people to participate? Were all 5 accepting and receptive enough to the views of the others? Were we patient enough to listen to everybody? Now, these are all things we never understand or explore. But this is what makes a meeting happen. And what makes meetings happen is not fulfilling of our agenda, but the effectiveness depends on how well we collaborate. And that collaboration is founded on values. The values like trust, respect for others, uh, listening intently and effectively to others' views, accepting others' viewpoint, whether you believe it or not, receptive to others' viewpoints, trust. All these things make up an effective meeting.